Hello, hello, and welcome to another Novusphere community update. It is February 18, 2019, and we have a lot of things going on, but I'll let Asphyxia take the lead and cover as much as he can, and I'll just cover what's left of it. So, Asphyxia?
Yeah, sure. Just to, I guess, briefly summarize what's been going on in terms of the focus of development. We've had like a lot of wrap up going on recently in terms of just finishing things up and like polishing things in terms of the backend implementation of certain things that we're looking to release. So that includes the side state that we've been working on, so the initial 1.0 release of that, which will also include Atmos account redemption. So what that'll mean is like it'll really help with onboarding users onto the forum and into the EOS ecosystem. So for example, as like an anonymous user, you'll be able to earn tips in Atmos, and then you'll actually be able to exchange those Atmos to like an actual EOS account itself. So I think this will help a lot in terms of onboarding users as well. We do have a system already in place where you can actually tip anonymous users an EOS account. I think that obviously needs a little bit of work, but yeah, we're working on building out ways to easily onboard people that might not be as centered in the EOS community, as well as you can also see all the progress that we're making within targeting EOS communities itself. The other thing that we've been working on is an advertising system. So this is something we've talked about before, and just to give the general idea of it, you'll be able to buy essentially a non-intrusive ad space on the forum, and you'll be able to put whatever you want within that space with some obvious guidelines attached. Like obviously it can't be anything like illegal or anything like along those lines. And we're looking to start rolling out some of these really big features that we've been working on in the next few weeks. So it's just some roundup and some cleanup in terms of like what needs to be done before these features are released, mainly on like the user interface side of things, so that it's easier for users to interface with this. So yeah, there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to seeing go live in like the next couple weeks.
So yeah, a lot of exciting stuff are happening. I would encourage you, everyone who's listening, who is a Atmos holder, who have been following the project for a long time, to go participate. I know Ro's been on the forum a lot more, answering people, making friends with interesting graphics. Um, so that's great. Like that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to build a community on like an on-chain community. Obviously, the advertisement part is actually really exciting to me personally because it's kind of strange thing to say you're exciting about advertisement, but I really think the system is gonna change the way how change the way how advertisement is done and who it benefits. So we're designing the system so that it benefits the community that's being built on the platform. I won't go into too much detail, but you see it in the coming weeks. It's gonna go live. So if you have some project you want to advertise, get your Atmos ready and ready to do some advertising. Um, Let me see. On the foundation side, uh, we have sent in all our credentials, certified copies of stuff. So we're just waiting for them to take care of those things. Brian and Fix didn't want to say anything because they say this is giving the same update. That is true, but again, legal stuff. They are working. It just takes a while. Let's see. What else? Am I missing anything, team? Kind of just rambling on here.
Nope, that's all for the foundation.
Okay, okay. Oh, right. So more marketing stuff. We're gonna have an AMA with the Patriots CEO founder sometime this Thursday, Friday. We have We have one more contest on the forum. We have a few more things planned on the forum. So we're really trying to drive up our user count and make it a more active community because I do know that Even though everyone's been posting, it's mostly been the people who has been really involved with the project. But now we start seeing more and more people just stumbling onto the site, leaving a comment, asking questions about stuff. So that's very exciting. Okay, and I see a few new faces. Pluto 5 has joined us. So, oi. Yeah, I mean, tons of exciting stuff to come. There's so much to list. I think if you just follow the forum, you kind of see what's happening. We're always on the forum. If you want to live update the project, just tune into the forum. So yeah, that's
Jack, do you want to talk about some of the like token distribution stuff that we've been working out in terms of airdrops for people
yes. Yes. So we're gonna try to encourage people to visit our forum and sign in more. We're gonna conduct a small airdrop, not too much, just 10 atmos to users who are signing in for the first time. So if you have an EOS account and you start logging in for the first time, you can get airdrop 10 atmos. And then for every day until the end of February, every day you sign in, you get an additional 1 atmos per day. So this is just kind of encouraging people to come back and visit the site. Obviously we have contests running all the time, so if you want to earn some more atmos or other tokens, you gotta participate in those contests. And Fix, do you want to take this question Ro has?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So before we go after exchanges that require KYC stuff, we're waiting for our foundation to be established. I mean, part of this is just to give us some sort of framework for these exchanges to interact with us, and we want to have like an official sort of organization to do that. Part of that's for our legal protection. Part of that's just so it's this is who you're dealing with. You're dealing with the foundation, and the foundation is made up of these individuals. And so we're waiting so that's a legal entity as opposed to just sort of this entity we've arranged but haven't had legally registered. So that's kind of our outside world. We do have dexes that don't require any sort of KYC information, and which in those in those situations is a totally different thing. So those are actively being pursued, and we have a couple of those exchanges that'll be coming on by the end of the month. So
Yep.
Not to steal. I think that was probably stealing Jack's thunder for his wrap up, but
that's perfectly okay. Perfectly
but
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get some better liquidity exchanges here soon. It's a sort of stopgap, and then centralized traditional exchanges will be the focus once we actually. I mean, as soon as the foundation is a legal entity, that's going to be my personal focus will be only dedicated to that at that point until we make some progress somewhere. And part of that is also just arranging things in terms of getting ourselves so that we fulfill the requirements. They all basically have the same requirements, and so we've been looking into all the different options out there from various sizes. So we'll kind of have to see what's realistic, and there's no hurt in trying to get on as many as possible. But we'll obviously run into various realities, as our project is examined by these exchanges. So, but yeah, I agree. BTC pairs would be great. Something to replace Cryptopia at this point would be welcome. So.
Yeah, the main thing is just to set up a legal entity before we can approach some of these larger, more liquid exchanges.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's our main focus right now.
It might or might not be new decks. I'm neither confirming or denying that that statement. I mean, there's only a few decks out there that has volume, so you connect the dots. Yep. Have you heard, how have you heard of us, Pluto 5, if I'm saying that right? How did you come across our project?
He's been around the community for a while. He's
Ah,
not new
okay.
per se. I think this is the first time that I've seen him in any of the meetings.
Ah, okay. Cool. Very cool. Well, I hope it's the all the noise we've been making attracting some of the people who've been following but never show up to the meeting to finally visit. Thank you. We kind of kept Asphyxia away from the front end, and we had Co-Blue to come in and clean things up, so it looks a lot nicer now.
Jack, do you have any specific updates on the front end stuff? Like, what the next phase of the focus is going to be? Because I know you've been in communication with Blue a lot.
Yep. So for the next update, we are going to be focusing a lot more on community building elements. So right now it's kind of hard to keep track of things, even just projects. So we're gonna revamp the notification. We're gonna revamp how subs are made and create it and keep track. So you'll be able to see, we implement something like almost like Telegram, where you will be able to, if you visited the sub before and you saw the posts, the second time you visit, if there's a new post, they have a little counter, so you know there's been an update, so you don't have to click through each individual one to find the latest post. That and the profiles, we're gonna revamp. So just a bunch of small little things to make it easier to keep track of people and have a better sense of community rather than now just kind of just posts just going through and you don't really know what's happening or who's posting, and it's hard to make that connection. So that's the next thing we're working on. Cool. Good questions.
Trying to think if there's other things that we talked about. I feel like this meeting is all about like things we're on the cusp of being able to talk about, but we want to have solid launches, so it's a little difficult.
Stickers.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the announcement of the announcement phase of things. So,
Yes.
you know, get your guys' Tron pump ready for
Atmos pumps.
Actually, that was the thing I wanted to ask you about, because you would mention this. What is your meetup in Lisbon, your in-person meetup, going to be about?
This coming one?
Yeah.
Well, I always try to do more onboarding stuff. I haven't really heavily advertised to this one coming yet. It's gonna be more of a chill out thing. Don't think there's gonna be too many people this time around.
Right, but it's going to be like last time. You're going to run people through a sort of obstacle course or like a treasure map of how to get on the forum and getting people. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that it'd be nice to get it would be nice to get a sort of do those, and then we could, try to replicate them in other communities, beside, other places where people may live that have a decent presence of a blockchain community or EOS communities kind of naturally.
Speaking of meetups, I've been thinking, like, if you look at the forums user analytics, there's actually a huge portion that's in Portugal, and I think that might attribute to me being here and holding physical meetups. So I'm thinking, if it's possible, we should look into holding more physical meetups. Again, I don't know how we gonna do that.
Actually,
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. If you can like provide us with an outline of how to do it, like we'll definitely do it in Canada and like Toronto and New York or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And Peter, you have something to say as well?
well, yeah, I'm going to check out because there is, EOS is really not very big, but there is a big community of, let's say, general crypto enthusiasts under the Bitcoin label, and there is tomorrow there is a local meeting of those guys. So I'm going to go there and look around. I mean, I've been to a few meetings like that, but mostly they were not organized by community members, but by some sort of official sponsors. Like some time ago, I think in November, there was EOS meeting in Warsaw. So it's this local, it's like weather, and I'm going to check them out.
Okay, cool. I think I'm cutting out a little bit, alright?
I've been hearing you okay, but
Okay. So yeah, physical meetups, great idea. If any of you could help organize, I'll definitely provide some material. I mean, I've been doing meetups for a while now. So like Fix said, I do have that treasure hunt. It's still kind of clunky. I think it's a better idea if we wait for the account redemption out, which is gonna be out very soon. That's gonna make it a lot easier because before we kind of have to have people generate a name, post their name as a comment, give them the account, have them transport the key to a wallet. So there's a lot of little extra step that could be saved just having them redeem their own account. So.
Right. Well, Road, what's CoinFest? Like, where is that held at? No, I'm trying to get you to join the audio chat and talk about it.
He's trying to dox you.
That's true. I am in Los Angeles. That basically makes me a communist.
Okay, well, it seems like the conversation is devolving.
I got the feeling that you have never seen a real communist. So.
Yeah. Peter's gonna educate you guys.
I just triggered Road. I think we're in for it now.
Okay, well, before things get out of hand, I'm gonna end the recording. Again, welcome to stay and accuse each other of being communists. That's perfectly fine. So that's the community update. So if team, you want to say goodbye, I'll end the recording after that.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
All right, thanks everyone.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
And don't be a communist. See you guys next week.
Okay.